make an early diagnosis. Hit you with the quick release like Marino Danny dopeness. Explosive change of direction in the true essence of Reggie Bush. From JT and ZT to DVP and AVG. Terminator to a quarterback Hunter JP. Steve Ross, the boss, King Flow, and card slinging gambling genius Slick Chris Greer.
Hey, good morning, everyone out there. We got a couple minutes early because Justin has to be somewhere early later today, so we're just going to go till about 30 minutes today, the 30-minute mark. So hit us up with all your Dolphin content early.
That's right. You were live with Dolphins Daily.
Steve's already in the house with coffee.
Coffee in hand. Yep, I already put mine back. I woke up early and was like, I better get myself prepared this morning.
Yeah. Oh, good morning, Steve.
Morning, Steve.
So anyway, before I got distracted with our starting here a little bit early. Anyway, I'm Rob Mosley, a.k.a. Dolphins Thirsty, and this is my co-host, Justin, who can be found on Twitter at JPF Scout. So anyway, good morning, Justin. And as I always start the show, how's everything out in Colorado this morning?
Oh, man, it's great. It's great, man. Another beautiful day here in Colorado. The sun is shining. The birds are chirping. Things are rocking and rolling as usual. Everybody's getting up, getting ready to go to work. Hopefully the Dolphins are putting on some film and doing some studying.
Yeah.
I think everything's sitting pretty good. It's crazy. I've never really felt like this after a loss, about that loss. Like, it's weird. I guess my mind operates different than everybody, but when I see things the way I see them, sometimes I block out the bad. It's really strange, man. Like, I know we lost the game. I know we lost. I know we did. It was terrible. It sucks. But in my mind, man, we still won the game. In my mind, I'm having a hard time getting over that we weren't the better team out there.
No, I agree
on
with
Saturday
you
night. I honestly, truly, in my heart of hearts, believe we were the better football team. That it just, it just didn't go our way. And people are gonna be like, "Oh man, no conspiracy theories. They're playing it straight up." No, bro. I've been watching football for a long time, and yeah, I might still watch it, but that doesn't mean I don't think it's rigged. Yes, I tune in every week. That's just because I'm hoping they rig one up for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, dude. It's a rigged league. I don't understand how you can be like, they stopped them on the 2-point conversion and come back off of a commercial timeout and be like, wait a minute, everything's changed. Now we're going to have a review. I don't like that shit. I think it's cockamamie. I think it's some sellout shit. I actually think the Bills probably themselves, if you were talking to them and they're being straight up with you as a man-to-man conversation, they would be like, you know what, we don't feel too good about that win. We might have won, but they got help to win. The NFL literally took them by the hand and, led them to victory. 2 drop TDs. What are you referring to?
Well, he's talking about the Sherfield one and I guess Hill, but the Hill one was kind of rough.
You're talking about the Sherfield one that was thrown beautifully where he couldn't get killed and he dropped it in the end zone?
Yeah. He's talking about that one. And then I guess the Hill one, because that Hill came out and said he should have had that. And he put the blame on him. I don't know if you saw him on Twitter, but he kind of took the heat for the loss, saying that he could have played better and he should have that ball.
No, I'm taking a Twitter hiatus right now.
I know. You told me that.
I've got too much work to do in order to go on there and get into casual little disputes with people. I'm not into it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to subject myself to it. If you want to hit me up on there and leave me a message and get a jersey or something, cool. I'll check my messages and my DMs. That's about all I'm doing right there.
Yeah, but anyway, that's why Hill came out and he said that this loss is on me, guys, and I'm going to play better from, anyway, that is neither here nor there. But like you, I'm a little bit more positive. It stung me. I'll be on minute. I told you a couple of times that it stung. So on Sunday, I was kind of just down about it.
Really?
Since then, yeah, because it was just like all week I didn't really think we were battled that time. Then when we battled so tough and they teased me, it was like kind of the season in the microscope. They hook you in thinking you're great, and then they kind of just, I really thought we could win the game. And it's just, but this is a good thing that it stung me, because if earlier in the week you would have told me, if you would have told me like, oh, they lost to the Bills, I would have even sting me. But it actually stung me because I felt we could have won that game. And
we should have won that game, bro. They played their asses off to win the game. They emptied the tank. They deserved to win the game. It's just certain things didn't happen for them to win the game. Those
Reds,
Reds,
it's a game. It's a
know?
game of inches, like you said. Going over the goal line. We're not going to be conspiracy theories, whatever. But he goes over the, and then that,
I don't even think he crossed it, bro. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I don't even think that was a good 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
So show me a good angle on that where you could show that the ball's across that white pylon from the above angle, and maybe I'll believe you. But I'm going to be honest with you, the way they called that game, the way they called the game in Miami when they got away with a safety that was intentional grounding that didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage, I don't believe or trust anything that Zebra squad has to offer. So if you guys want to go ahead and believe them, like, it's a straight-up game, you go ahead and fall into that crap. I'm not. I'm going to sit here the same way I am and have my position on it. I'm not wavering, not one bit. Yeah, I honestly feel that the best team lost the game, and that's what I'm going to stick to. If we see those guys, again, we'll beat them. We'll beat them.
I hope so. Because we have to take care of business on our own end before we get to see them again. So
when do we get an NFL chaperone? That's all I want to know. When you give the Dolphins one, they don't get home cooking at home, bro. Let's be honest.
They don't, but hopefully, we do.
But we don't. But I just gave you an example of why we didn't, because we had I would have been a safety at home, and they called it an incomplete pass. He didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I got into fights with Dolphins fans who were like, that's not intentional grounding. Well, dude, go root for the Bills then, because that's what you're doing by being like, it's not, because it was. It's rough, bro. It's rough being a Dolphins fan. In fact, there's a point during that game where, oh my God, I was ready to flip my biscuit, where the shin knee thing came involved, and I was like, if we lose this game on one of them shin fucking knee calls, I'm gonna flip my biscuit, man.
But we didn't. They didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but it was that close, and that dumbass Stacy that's on my Twitter account was like getting into a spat with me months ago about that, and I was like, well, what's gonna happen when we lose like that, pal? I wonder what he's doing this morning. Probably sitting back there shaving his head. I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you, dude. Like, that rule sucks. And if anybody think that rule is legit, you're crazy, bro. If anything, it should be 2 knees and 2 elbows. You know what I'm saying? Because you're taking away the whole aspect of the 2 feet being in bounds thing. I don't like that rule. That rule sucks.
Well, and the good news is, though, we'll get off that crazy talk today. Let's talk good talk. Because I wanted you to bring the positive energy that you.
There's lots of positives, dude. Lots of positive.
The positive is that we still control our own fate as far as making a playoff spot. So, and we got 2 of the 3 at home, and all 3 opponents, we should have the better team. I mean, New England's not going to lay down and die, obviously. Green Bay's not going to lay down and die. And, the Jets obviously are going to be, if they're out of playoff contention at that point, they're going to be all up to make Miami out of the playoff contention. So all 3 games are rough, starting this week with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers coming into town. Good thing is, this time we have a little extra day now coming off the short week. We got an extra day, and they're going to have a less day. So, we got to use that to our advantage and be ready to smack some Green Bay Packers around Hard Rock Stadium come Sunday, Christmas Day. We can't be in the giving spirit. We got to be in the taking spirit come Christmas Day. And Dolphins have to control their own destiny. And then they have to New England. New England's going to be, because we've spoiled some of their home field advantage stuff over the years, and they made them have a little tougher road. So now they're going to be first because their playoff games are falling out, and they're going to be really loving. Miami's going to become like their Super Bowl. They're going to love to try to beat the Dolphins and knock Miami out of the playoffs. So
did you happen to catch the way that the Patriots lost the game yesterday?
Oh man, that was crazy. Yeah, the opposite of the Miami narrative.
I've never even seen it happen before, dude. When I watched it happen, I was like, "Oh my God, they're gonna win!"
I was celebrating. That was great. The Jets, and I hate having to count on other teams, but just seeing the Jets and the Patriots fall yesterday, that was great. I was wishing for the Chargers to fall, but the Chargers pulled out the victory.
Did you see the way that the Jets special teams gave up another punt return?
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Yeah, those are notes I'd be taking if I'm a Dolphins coach, especially if I'm a special teams coach right now. There's alert signs going off, and I'm making notes and telling my players hey, they're giving up these big returns. Think you guys are ready to pull out some trickery this week?
Or it could just be, the week. We don't like it because he's a starter, but a week that maybe if everything's on the line that game, you put Tyreek back there on some.
Absolutely,
point.
Bro. Yeah. I put anybody back there who could give me a spark. Not even gonna lie to you, dude. You can't. like we talked about before the Bills game, and I love the game plan and I love the execution of the game plan. In fact, the Dolphins should have won the game. We won't harp on it or beat a dead horse here, but man, I thought they played one hell of a game. I think that's the team you'll get going forward from here on out.
Yeah.
They're not going to just play down to their opponents. They're going to come bring it to them. I remember that Steve came up on there, so I said Steve's name. But me and Bobby did a post preseason predictions for all these games. And I remember us talking specifically about that Buffalo Bills game because nobody expected us to win it. And we talked about the score. What's the score going to be coming out of that game? Well, the score was 32-29, and they were gifted that last 3 points. I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. Like, they needed help to get in that game. Did we do what we needed to do? No. We dropped a couple of touchdowns, supposedly. Okay, yeah, we made mistakes. Everybody made mistakes out there. Still should have won that damn game. That one's going to be a big one. I asterisk for the rest of the season, but I really like our chances going forward. I think on Christmas we're going to get blessed with a Christmas gift. The hardest game out of those three that are left to play is definitely going to be the game that's in New England. It's in New England, so you got weather to probably throw in there. Bill's going to be trying to stick it to you. You're going to need the same kind of game plan you went into with Buffalo for New England.
Right. No, I agree. Like I said, Belichick, especially after that heartbreaking this one where he's going to be all out to win these next, few games, and it's going to be tough going. No joke, it's going to be tough. And the Jets to me are no joke. Their defense, their offense, I'm not concerned about, but that Jets defense, they're for real. They play. They play
solid, bro. They play good.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You think about that last game where we played them. Look about how many things we had going on right then and there, dude. We had a concussion, quarterback in concussion protocol, one that was barely able to come to the game. Then the first play of the game, he goes right back in. We lose him, go to our third string quarterback. And you know what? The wheels kind of fell off to the end of that game, but hell, we could have won that game too.
Yeah. No, we could have. There's a few games this year, we could have won, but would have, could have, should have.
I know it doesn't count, but you got to look at it like, think about that for a minute. Did the Jets beat us? Did the Bengals beat us? Did all those teams that beat us really beat us, or did we beat ourselves?
Yeah, we beat ourselves.
Seriously, though.
So if you can clean that up.
I'll give you one loss. I'll give you one loss, and that would be the Jets loss. Everything else, man, I think you kind of beat yourself. And even in that Jets loss, you beat yourself.
Yeah, I know. Because the Vikings, we just had bad luck. When you
Skyler 5 penalties in a row, bro.
And Skyler. Yeah, I believe it. If Skyler doesn't go out of that game, we probably still win the game. And I know that's saying a lot for a 7th round pick, but I still think maybe we could win that game. But we just had no consistency. But anyway, like you said, no more would have, could have, should have. We got 3 games left. 2 of them are at home, and Miami has to take care of business from here on out. If they beat the Jets and the Patriots, they're guaranteed a playoff spot. So we're still in control of our, playoff destiny. But you still want to you got to beat the Green Bay because you got to get back to that winning mojo.
Right.
We seem to be a streaky team. So you got to get that back on the winning side, get the feeling of winning back to these guys so they can taste it going into those. Yes, Steve, thank you. You distracted me. But yes, please, guys, if you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up, meaning give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Definitely.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe. So anyway, this Saturday, like you said, Christmas, we need a big, nice victory to give us Dolphin fans a nice Christmas day.
It's nuts, though. Like you were just talking about right there, like the Dolphins don't. It's not a must-win game versus the Packers. You're talking about if we beat New England and beat the Jets, then we're in the playoffs. See, right. So it's like those NFC games they're meaningless. They're meaningless. Yeah. They don't mean anything.
Falls, but I still think it's kind of a must-win because it will help too. Because then maybe the Patriots or Jets, one of those you can take on the chin, and that's still sneak in from excuse me from what I was reading, and you just want that winning mojo back, like I was saying. So.
I want to win all 3, bro. I mean, I haven't picked the Dolphins to lose a game yet this season. Yeah. Especially when we're doing lives. Now, when I did my preseason prediction picks, I picked us to lose 4 games, and we've already lost 2 more than that. That's a lot due to the inconsistencies that this team is having. A lot of people want to say that that they got beat by that team or one another, like the Bills. The Bills beat us. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I think the Dolphins do a lot of beating themselves. That's what I think.
No, I do. Do you think the Packers could be? No, there's no trap game after losing 3 games in a row. If we had been winning if you had coming off wins, and then yes, I would say that could be a trap game. But it's not a trap game at this point because you lost 3 games in a row, and you just need to get back winning, and you can't be focusing on the game after that. This week is all about the Packers. Yes, it's an NFC team, but it's not a trap game because it's a game you still need. Like I said, the winning mojo is an important thing in the NFL. Yep. You got to get that taste back. You got to feel like, so they remember what victory feels like. So then when they go into New England, they know, oh, that victory feeling so much sweeter than that losing feeling. So yeah. I feel like the coach is going to have them ready to play. If we lose, we lose because it's not going to be because it's a trap game.
No, I agree. I think it's a game that they want to win just to get back on the right track, like Steve said, or Rob, excuse me, like you just said, to get the taste of winning back into their mouths and the monkey off their back of losing. I think it's imperative to win the game versus the Packers just for that, the sake of winning. We want to get this back on track. We want to get going to where we want to go again. Anybody who thinks the season is over, though, man, it's long from over, dude.
No, I agree.
The season's not over.
I agree. Even though we lost, and I don't want to be one of those guys, an L is an L. We lost. But it shows you that we can go in and compete against, because I was thinking, can we come? But now we showed, because that was the one question on Tua remaining. Can he play in the cold weather? He showed that he can play in the cold weather. So, I think if we go, and it's not necessarily, because I read somewhere it's like, I think Kansas City, if they're like playoff, like Perry Jackson said, inexplicably, started tomorrow, the Dolphins would be going against Kansas City. But now, I think Miami could go into Kansas City now and, have a chance. Before the season, I would tell you, there's no way we could compete against those guys. But as the season's progressed and we show that we can go slug for slug, punch for punch with a lot of these top teams, yes, sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. There's a few times Miami converts. Some of the game does fall back on Miami because they had a chance, instead of settling for field goals, getting touchdowns. You start converting those red zone opportunities into touchdowns, then things start swinging. And those are just little things you can work on. Like you say, we got a rookie head coach. He's learning along the way. Overall, he coached a great game against the Bills, but he had his moments where he still went rookie coach, as he liked to say. He still went rookie coach on a couple of sportsmen. Maybe we were running the ball and he could have just kept to the running game. Then if you get stopped on 3rd down, then maybe you got a 4th down decision on whether you're going to try something or you're just going to kick it away. So, yes, I agree. So, and he's learning, though, because I thought his game plan was a lot better this week against Buffalo. He did revert a couple of times back, to where he made. But, that's it. We knew hiring a rookie coach. We've all Dolphin fans here know the past several hires have been rookie coaches. So we know we're going to have our bumps in the road as he learns his way. And I feel like overall he had a great game plan. He got the running game going against him. He hit a couple little short, he hit the backs out of the backfield a couple times. And I really thought overall he did a lot better than the previous week against the Chargers, that he learned. Yes, like I said, there was a couple blurred. I mean, what coaching's not going to have a couple mistakes throughout the game? That's
no, you're right. What it comes down to is he's learning, but he's learning really slowly. And the thing is he needs to learn how to get out of his way faster. I've got a lot of people that are in my life that I thank God that they're there, but they're the people who balance me out. Like, they're the ones who keep me from jumping off the cliff, from coming off the edge. I don't think you should do that. I think you should do this, and this is why. Those people who are voices of reason in your life, listen to them, because Mike McDaniels needs that in his life right now. I honestly, truly believe in my heart of hearts the game plan I had was perfect. They were executing it. We threw 30 passes. If you throw 10 less passes and make those 10 passes runs, I bet you we would have won that football game. You just said it. You took the words right out of my mouth. There's some times where he reverts back to his old ways, and he's like, "Oh, well, what did the analytics say?" I don't know what's going on down there. I'm not a coach for the Dolphins, so I couldn't tell you. But in my mind, I can see what's going on down there, and You know, when you need to,
you
when you
go
need
with the flow of the game over the analytics of the game.
not
And
just
the
that, but
flow,
sometimes you got to buck the trend. If the analytics are saying right here you need to pass, guess what? Someone like me is going to do. I'm going to run, and the reason why is because sometimes those analytics are wrong.
right.
I'm being quite honest with you. It's a touch and feel basis. It's on a snap by snap basis, on a possession by possession basis. You might be like, yo, my offense is hot right now. My line is getting off their blocks. They're hitting people. I like the physicality of that. I'm running the football when I see that out of my offensive line.
Because I know they can change at the line but maybe they saw, but you don't care because sometimes the Bills were stacking the line, on some of those. So they're saying, that's why they went with that because they probably gave two of the options to read the defense, goes up there and says, they're stacking the line, so I'm going to throw a quick little pass. But sometimes you just say, who cares? We're going to be stubborn, and we don't care if they're stacking the line. We're going to still run it right at them. Is what saying.
I mean, what's to say that they don't send a run blitz at that same direction, whether it's left or right, that you're running to, right? Yep. And you block the whole damn thing up, dude. Do you know what that leads to? A touchdown. A touchdown, bro. You're going to run right through that cracks, and it's going to be a TD, bro. Like, I don't understand how people don't understand this. Have you watched any of these games this weekend, how any of the comebacks have happened? Because it's been through on the ground. It's people running the ball. It's December, bro. This is what you do is you run the ball and you play tough defense. The Dolphins did that, bro. Like, I know a lot of people think I'm full of shit. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to your own opinion. But I think the Dolphins exposed the Bills on Saturday night. They ran for over 180 yards on that team, bro. In their own house, in their own conditions.
Yeah. So teams are going to try running the ball more now on them and stuff.
The blueprint is set, bro. The Vikings did it. We did it.
It's like some teams did a blueprint on us to take away the middle of the field from Tua down. There's like a blueprint on what to do against Buffalo and stuff.
You run the ball. You run right at their ass. I mean, it's not rocket science. We should have did the same thing to the Niners. We should have did the same thing for the Chargers. There'd be 3 wins sitting on the board right here instead of us talking about 3 losses.
Yeah. I agree with you for the most part. It's just, unfortunately, we got the losses. So now we got to hit these next 3 games.
That's
hard.
right.
And I know I'm looking at the time, and you got about 10 more minutes. So, so whatever we talk about is fine because, like I said, everyone's already beat up the Buffalo game and there's no more. So we talk about a little more fun stuff around the NFL. So, and can you imagine, I know Indianapolis isn't having a great season this year, so it doesn't matter in the big picture as far as their playoff hopes. But can you imagine at least that 1 week you think your team's like, we're kicking butt, and you blow that game? That's a punch in the gut. And then New England, like you say, it was like, that's a punch in the gut. I love their broadcaster guy, and he just says, that's the stupidest play I've ever seen. So I just thought that was classic that he said that, and that was just live. It
was funny, man. Like, I was reading some quotes from some players of that game, and they said that when they were doing the toss backs, he said that it was so improvised that you could see it coming from a mile away. And see, you can't have things where the other team knows it's going to happen. That's the result you'll get is Chandler Jones jumping up there, picking it off and throwing Mac Jones to the crowd.
I know, but it's so
running
funny.
It all the way in.
Why are you throwing 12 yards backwards from Mac? But even if it's a perfect pass, when the hell Mac Jones going?
What's he going to do with it?
Anyway, it's just a crazy thing. He's going to get hammered trying to run the ball.
Dude, I was laughing so hard, man. Honestly, when it happened,
great,
I was laughing so hard.
It brought some humor back to the football world,
Oh, it was great.
So, that game happened. And then, minutes, because, they were showing, I have red zones on the red zone.
Yeah, I was on it.
They're showing red zone. They're showing the Chargers game.
What did you think about that Jacksonville Cowboys ending, that tipped interception off dude's hands and right into Rayshawn Jenkins' hands and right into the end zone?
That was great, too, man. And Jacksonville.
What a game they played.
2 teams that are up and coming. They may not have enough in their ammo for this year, but man, Jacksonville and the Lions are going to
I was just going to say, dude, did you see the Lions ending?
Yeah,
on that fourth down, he hit that little out to the tight end, that kid, and he took it the whole
beautiful.
Way.
No, that was I know. I couldn't believe he went the whole way.
How about the Lions, man? That Dan Campbell's got those guys playing real good over there.
No,
right
he does.
now.
Look at the Texans all of a sudden. Yes, they've lost, but man, ever since the second half of the Dolphin game, they woke up, man. They've been playing. They could have easily beat. The Cowboys are lucky that they didn't lose 2 bad teams back to back. Well, I don't call Jacksonville really, but the Cowboys better wake up, because I thought for sure they would beat the Eagles, but now I'm not so sure about that anymore.
Right.
Watching their performances.
Yeah,
So,
man. Like I was telling Rob on here earlier, you guys, before we got online, you guys need good betting advice. Maybe you give me a message, or send me a text or a message, man. I got lucky last night and hit a 12 gamer. So I can hit some parlay bets. I know football pretty well.
yeah. Hey, that was good, man. Hey,
Yeah.
you know, that's it. And you had a good weekend there.
Yeah,
So,
it was nice.
but yeah, and then like I say, it was a crazy football weekend. I mean, there's
It
no
was great, dude.
starting with that, the Minnesota game where the Colts meltdown throughout the whole, our game at night. It was just some crazy good football. It was, of course, we didn't come out on the side we wanted to come out, but it was still a really fun game to watch. And it was
Absolutely.
so I'm ready for the week. I'm already just ready for Christmas Day and watch our Dolphins go. So anyway, you're at your end of your time. So anything else? Make sure you hit that like and subscribe.
Yeah, smash that like and subscribe button.
Do that for us, and thank you very much for joining us here today.
It's crazy.
I'm going to let you get running.
Yeah, man. Closing thoughts. Just real quick. I can't believe what happened in that game, the Minnesota game, that they came back, the greatest comeback of all time. We were just closing out an episode of Digging in the Trenches with Dr. Brown, and me and him were like backstage, and he's like, "Look, man, it's 33-6. This is done." And I was like, "Yeah, I can't believe it, man. 33-6. They really got their butts kicked." Went upstairs, got something to eat, sat down, and they started scoring, dude. And I was like, "Oh, damn, this ain't over yet." Then they scored again, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this is gonna get interesting." Then I seen a play in the game that really pissed me off. It was the play where they had the fumble, and the Sullivan kid picked it up and returned it for a touchdown. And they called the play back and was like, "No, he's down by contact."
But they're right, he wasn't. They got the ball, but they didn't get
it was cleanly, dude. It was a touchdown.
I know.
Like, I can't believe
let them play there, and then if they see you, then they just let it play out, because then it's automatically reviewed, because it's a turnover. And then, but for that reason, they blew it dead for whatever.
That's
reason.
dumb. Like, did you see the Sullivan kid's reaction? He like grabbed his helmet, like, this, man. Like, that'd have been my reaction completely if I made that play. I'd have been like, you can't just take things away from players like that. You're ruining the game.
Every inch of their career, I know. And then you get a play like that may never happen again, and then it's just like.
I felt bad for the kid, dude. I felt truly bad for the kid. He was like, "This is bullshit." Like, I felt like with him. I was like, I couldn't believe it, man. But they still overcame and won the game. You see what I'm talking about? They had to overcome the other team, the conditions, the zebras that were on the other side. See, it's possible.
That was crazy comeback. And like I said, of course, the New England game we already touched on, but that was a crazy ending.
It was nuts, bro.
That had to be rougher than the Miami Miracle to them, because they did it on their own hands. They did it, and they gave it away. It's like, here, take the game.
I know.
It's so funny. And then, there was just a crazy weekend, man. We were
the difference with the difference with the Miami Miracle, though, and that play that happened is the Raiders won't have no chance of winning the Super Bowl. I hate that Miami Miracle play, dude. Everybody brings it up. I'm like, that's the year the Patriots won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, I know.
Like, why do you guys hang in your hat on one damn play that the Patriots won the Super Bowl that same year? Do you think the Patriots cared that they lost that game? I bet you they were like, thank you. We'll take the Super Bowl. Fuck off. I bet you that's exactly how it
went. I know, but it still was fun, just like the Dolphins.
Yeah, but no.
Just the hook and ladder, just like the hook and ladder play. We lost that game, but it's still a classic play in Miami.
It's a classic play, but I just want to hang our hats on Super Bowls around here, bro. I'm done with this moral victory shit.
Yeah. Oh, I know that there are like no moral victories in the NFL. So
it's the best I've ever felt about 8-6, though. Honestly.
I know. Hey, we got a chance, man. That's all that matters. You're saying there's a chance, and right now there's still a chance. Anyway, Justin, it really is up against that time that you wanted to be out of here. So
you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance.
That's right.
Remember, guys, always make sure you hit us up. We're here most days, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button and that like button for us. Make sure you comment in here and everything. And so we always And Steve gave you a dang right on that. There's still good reason to feel good about the season. So that's
Hell
it,
yeah,
guys.
there is.
Thank you as always. Fins
Yep,
up.
thank you, guys.
And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Fins
Love you
up.
guys. Fins up, guys. He who laughs last best, baby. Let's go.
There
Dolphins,
you go, man. That's all
Dolphins
we do.
in Green Bay. Dolphins in Green Bay on Christmas. We're going to have a present gifted to us. Let's go, baby. Oos is in the house.
First kick, I snap into action. When I'm digging in the trenches, get dominated off the line of scrimmage. Read and react quick to make it early diagnosis. Hit you with the quick release like Marino Danny dopeness. Explosive change of direction in the true essence of Reggie Bush. From JT and ZT to